everyone. I'm Nancy.
And I'm Cathy.
And we're the So-and-Sos. Thank you for watching our last video.
And all the comments.
We were mind blown
Yes.
by everybody's responses.
We had several people shout us out that we want to thank. Teresa Kogut, thanks so much, Teresa. Linny at Sable Stitchers. Cathy and Molly at Linen and Scraps. Somi Sarah, hi Sarah. Crafty Cottage Stitches, Heather and Jeanette, and Angie at Tiny House Stitcher. So if you heard about us from anyone else, let us know so we can thank them.
Yes, and go and watch those channels. They all have Flosstube channels, so go and watch them.
And we watch all of them. They're wonderful.
So, I just want to apologize for anyone that tried to email us. It was wrong.
It's autocorrect.
Yeah, my computer was trying to say something I didn't want to say. Anyway, it auto-corrected to something that wasn't right. So it's correct in the video now, or in the last video, and I will make sure it's correct in this one.
Good.
So
it'll work this time.
We had a couple of questions.
Yes.
We had several people mention the stuff that was behind us in Cathy's sewing room. She will show that in our next video because it's just some amazing stuff.
Well, we're in Nancy's sewing room today, so she needs to show her stuff.
We have, well, there's nothing behind me right here, but I'll just say what this is. This one is Heartstring Samplery, Cross Stitch Nation, right?
Yep.
And this one up there,
it's the hippie lady.
It's the hippie lady. It's needle pulling thread. Is that what it's called?
Sew a needle pulling thread, I think.
Needle and thread.
Needle and thread.
By Brenda Gervais.
Yeah.
And then that one, the round one up there, is
Brenda Gervais.
Brenda Gervais. And it's Berry Keeper.
Berry Keeper, yep.
And then the one right
there.
Right.
The farmhouse one.
Anyway, that's Lori Holt.
Yep.
And this quilt is the quilt that matches that cross stitch.
Yes.
So anyway.
Perfect.
There we go.
All right.
All right. So another question that we had was how I color on fabric. Now I'm very new to this because these were my first attempts at coloring of what I showed last time. Go to Crabapple Hill. I think you can go to their website and then there's a link in there for their tutorials. If not, you can just find their tutorials on YouTube. And they have how to color with crayons and how to color with colored pencils. But I will show you. So this was my colored pencil one. Or no, this one was my crayon one. And I'm just going to quickly go over it. What you do is everywhere you want color, you take a white crayon and you color it. And then you take a paper towel, put over it, and a hot iron with no steam, and just leave it on 10 to 15 or 5 to 10 seconds. And what it does is it melts that crayon into your fabric. And then you can go back with your crayons and color. And they tell you how to shade in that. So you get the shading and all that. But after you color it with the color, then you do with the paper towel again and the iron again, and that sets it. And they say it's washable once you do that. I don't know that I would wash it. I think if I wash it, I'd do gentle cycle cold water and let it dry.
Or by hand.
Yeah, and then let it hang to dry.
Yeah.
And then I was going to show you this. So if you make a mistake, you're coloring, and you make a mistake and you do the wrong color, or like when I did this one, I was just coloring away, not even paying attention, and I colored all of my whole camper white, and I didn't want it white, I just wanted it to be the fabric color. So you take this stuff, it's Loctite, this is what you use to hang posters up on the wall, and you just take a little piece off, roll it into a ball, and you just dab it, and it pulls the color off. So this is the crayon one, and then where are you put everything?
We have piles and piles.
And then this was the colored pencil one. Now between the two, I don't think I have a preference. I bought the Prism coloring pencils. You can buy them at Walmart or at Michael's, Hobby Lobby in their art section. And then you use a blending pencil, which you can buy in the art section, to blend in your colors. But once you just do the coloring with colored pencils, you don't put anything under it, you know, like,
Right, you
like
don't have to
yeah, like
put the
with,
wax crayon first and iron
right,
it. You just
you
color
just
it.
color it. And I found that if you put freezer paper, iron freezer paper on the back, it kind of stabilizes it more
Oh, it
when you're
would.
coloring.
Yeah, good idea.
Then when you're done coloring, you go over and you use this stuff. And I just got this on Amazon. It's called, I don't even know what it's called. Something,
Jacquard textile.
yeah, and
And it's an extender.
yeah, it's a color extender, but it's colorless. And you just paint this everywhere that you've used the colored pencils, and then you just let it dry.
And that
And
seals it.
that's supposed to seal it. And they say that once you do that, it's supposed to be washable. I don't know. I don't know that.
I don't know that I'd color. Well, a quilt, you could do a quilt and you might have to wash it, but
I'd still wash it on gentle cycle
yeah,
and
I
then
would
hang to
too.
dry. Someone did ask what we're going to do with our embroidery pieces, or
Um,
what we do with them. I'm going to make out of these 12. I'm going to make a mini quilt, and out of my camper one, I'm going to make a wall
wall
hanging
hanging.
to go in my to hang in my camper.
I have these 3 little guys. Let's see. Put it on my board. This is a tomato one, and it's small. So I think what I'll do with it is either put it in just a little tiny frame or on the front of a needle book. Then I have this one, and I thought that would be fun on the front of a project bag.
That's cute. That's
Yeah,
really
a
cute.
little Cathy Schmidt's pattern. And then this one is another one
Are they
that I
all
thought.
Cathy Schmidt's?
This one, I don't know whose pattern this is. It might be Buttermilk Basin. That was a wool pattern that I traced and turned into an embroidery pattern, which is something you can do. If you don't want to do the wool pattern, just trace the pieces and embroider them. And I thought I would put this on a project bag too. So that's what the plans are for those 3.
And do you put interfacing on the back?
I don't, and it's because I forget.
Oh,
What is that? SF
SF 101.
SF 101 is what I should be putting on the back, because it gives more body to your fabric and you can't see your stitches
Yeah,
from the
I
back. I will iron interfacing on them before I sew them into the needle book or the project bag to give it more stability on the back. But I should put the SF 101 on there when I stitch, because that just
do.
helps as you do it.
I do. That's what I put on the back.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And this can be used on the for the coloring pencils too, to take off color. I did find it doesn't take off the color as well with coloring pencils as it does with crayon. But so that is that one. Whoops. Okay, so the other question I had is someone wanted to know the name of this quilt.
And she got her block done.
Almost.
Oh, it's so pretty.
I still have these stems to do, and then
Okay.
the insides of the flowers. But this quilt is called Live a Thankful Life, and it's by Primitive Gatherings.
Mhm.
I did mine as a block of the month. They've done it twice. They did it as a block of the week a few years ago, and then in 2019 I did it as a block of the month. 2019 into 2020. And I've heard rumors they're going to start another block of the month with this pattern again, but I don't know. So if you have any questions, and I do know the pattern is available through them, so if you have any questions, just call Primitive Gatherings. They're in Wisconsin.
Now this is on flannel.
Yes, it's
and
flannel.
This is all wool.
And then
That is so pretty.
and look at the stitch.
Oh.
So one of our under
Wagon
the
wheel.
garden moons was, you can't see it, but it was called a buttonhole wagon wheel.
There it is.
I put some of my embroidery skills to use.
Woohoo.
So yeah, I just have this side of the stems to do. I need to do his legs, and he has a decorative stitch
That is
here
so pretty.
in his eyeball. So
that is so pretty. Even just one block framed or made into a little wall hanging would be really, really pretty.
And this was the first block of the month club. But I pulled out, I grabbed another one because I'm going to always have one prepped and ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
that'll
just
keep
grab
me
it and
motivated.
go.
So this is the next one I'm going to do. I'm not going to take it out of the plastic, but it's a little scarecrow with corn, a wagon of pumpkins,
Let's see if we can get the
an apple
glare.
tree.
I don't know which way to.
It has all the wool in it.
Yeah, they are so cute.
The picture isn't very good, so it's hard to see it anyway.
The scarecrow's adorable though.
Yeah, that's a little bit better.
Apple tree and a corn patch and a wheelbarrow full of pumpkins. How cute.
So that's the next one I will be
working on.
Prepping. I gotta get it prepped. And I have a bag full of prepped wool projects. So I'm going to do a small one next, and I'm going to have Cathy go through it and help me pick and decide.
Okay,
my
that'll
next
be
one.
fun. All right, what next? Finishes?
You want to do finishes?
Sure.
Okay. Go ahead. You start. I've been talking.
Well, I don't know if you'd call these aren't really finishes.
That'd be a whip.
That's a whip.
Yeah.
That's the quilt. Did I bring? Where are they? Yeah, I have finishes somewhere. Well, I finished this. This is crochet granny squares that we were doing with Lori Holt, and I just made granny squares and put them together into this tote bag, which is very fun. And this is a free tutorial and pattern on Erica Arndt on her YouTube channel. It's AR Arndt, ARNDT, Erica Arndt, and she has really easy tutorial to follow with this, and it turned out really, really fun. It's heavy.
One of these days, I will
and
learn.
So you could actually wear it. It's a vest size too. Not really. Why don't you go while I find mine?
So most of my whips are actually finishes and fully finishes. So I was.
Yeah, you can. Well, where did
I want to do those last. So I had finished these last year, last October or whatever. These are. It's called Goodness and Plenty by Plum Street, and I just made it into a little pillow. And my pillow was a little wonky, so I put this little.
It's very cute.
thing up there. And I stuffed this one with polyfill, and I just had a piece of rickrack.
That's a really good idea, that big old rickrack.
Just put over
because I have just little pieces. That would work well.
And there's three charts in the pattern, and I did 2 of the charts. So I did this one, and then I did this one, Goodness and Plenty.
Those are cute.
And this one I filled with lizard glitter.
Mm-hmm.
And I just did the rickrack on the back again too. So those were previous stitch pieces, but I
new finishing.
And then this one was, I had this as a whip, and I had started this one, and I finished both of them. And I haven't fully finished this one, but I did fully finish this one.
Those are so cute.
So, and I just used my own colors of floss. It came with this wool in it for the pillow, and this is the back. And I just used the leftover wool. Just covered my seam, and it's filled with polyfill.
That's really cute.
So because I stitched on 14 count, and it was called for 32 count or 16 count, I had to move these in, and I almost moved these ones in too much, the stitching, so they were closer.
Oh.
And I almost moved that one in too much because it's about covered.
I can see it.
So there's that one. And then I had one more. Oh, I had 2 more finishes.
Oh, these are darling.
So this was something I stitched back in 2007. A long time ago. It either came out of a, sorry, I didn't mean to bump the table. It either came out of a Stony Creek magazine or For the Love of
I think it was in
Stitches
For the Love of Stitches.
magazine. And it was a series, so there was fall, winter, spring, and summer. And my intention at the time was to stitch all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got the fall done, and that was it. And this has been sitting in my drawer forever. And I thought, I pulled it out last year, I think maybe I want to frame it. And then I didn't do everything with it. And so I put it back in the drawer. And this year I pulled it back out and I thought I'm going to do something with it. So Cathy and I showed the project pouches last year or last week that we did with the wool applique. So that's what I did with it.
Turn it around and show the inside.
And there's the inside.
And it has pockets and
yeah, it has the pockets. And there's a pocket up here and a pocket here. And then this
is so cute.
was a sticker.
Oh.
It was a felt sticker I got at
so
Hobby
cute.
Lobby a couple of years ago. And I pulled the sticker part off of it and I sewed it on.
It is so
just
cute.
with applicated on.
That turned out so
and
cute.
I'm telling you, because they use glue to put these layers together on this. My needle was gummed up and it was hard.
I'm
surprised
you could even sew through it.
There were several layers in the hat. But I thought it turned out really cute. And then I just put a piece of ribbon right here and a piece of rickrack. I felt like it needed something. And then
so that's a really good finish for something you don't know. If you don't want to frame it and you don't know what else to do with
if
it.
you have one of those things that are sitting in your
drawer,
box or drawer or whatever,
get it out.
Get it out. So I wanted to show you something else. I had done this I did this a couple of years ago, but I had this old Lizzie Kate that I had stitched back in, let's see if there's a date on here, 2006. And a couple of years ago, I pulled it out. And it wasn't my colors. It was the very pastel colors. And so I just took the whole thing in and dunked it in coffee.
Oh, good idea.
And so it kind of primmed it up a little bit. And this pattern is my own pattern. I just made it up as I go. And I made a little sewing project.
Oh, cute. So it's got a little roll.
It's got wool, so you can put needles. I put a little thread, so you can hang your scissors or your threads off of there.
Buttons are cute.
It's got pockets, all kinds of pockets.
That's darling.
And I just used fabric. Bring this up closer. I just used fabric from my stash that I had.
That's really cute.
Anyway, so this is if you have something old, you can always pull it out and finish it into something. It's
do
better.
Something with it.
Yeah, it's better than just having it sitting in your box or drawer.
Or your drawer under your bed.
So anyway, so that was a finish.
Yay!
And then one more.
Stockings. So
I had started these last year, and these are one of the things I pulled out for September. And this one was about halfway done when I showed it last time. And so I finished it, and then I stitched him up.
These are so cute.
And these are the cutest.
They're so tiny.
Tiniest little stockings ever. I mean, look, my hands are small. I'm just telling you, look at that.
About 2 inches by 7 or 8 inches.
Yeah,
they're very cute.
Just tiny. And they were very, very fiddly. I mean, I followed her instructions, but they were still very fiddly to do. Oh. And I didn't make them, you can't put anything in them. I just sewed them shut.
Those are cute.
So there's the little girl. And then here's the boy. And I did change up all the colors on the boy because he was mostly black.
Oh, yeah, and you added color.
And I added color. So, and then these are the backs. And maybe it wouldn't have been so fiddly if it was linen, but I had done it on 18 count. This was 18 count oatmeal, or they call it rustico now.
Yeah.
Ada. So, those are so cute. They were fun.
They are adorable.
They were a lot of fun to do. That's it for my fully finishes.
Well, I have one fully finished. I was working on this pattern. It's kind of got a hidden thing back in here. It's this needle book, and I like the tomato. So I finished this, and I made it into a needle book. It's hanging crooked because I have it open there, but it turned out really cute. And this is the inside. I kind of do the same thing. I just put pockets in, and you can put needles in this wool if you want to. And I just put on some rickrack and some little buttons. And then that's the back. I have my little tag on there.
Where do you get your tags?
I had them made on Etsy.
Those are cute.
Just to place on Etsy.
I do. I have quilting ones, but that would be cute to put on.
Yeah, put on the back of your stuff.
Stitch.
And then I just sewed a snap on it. Ah, they're strong. Just a little snap to shut it. So it's kind of plain, but it turned out cute, I think. So that was my one finish.
That's really cute.
And you have this too.
Yes.
We finished this was our first page we showed you, page 1 and 4 from our embroidery block of the month, I guess you'd call it. And we finished this second one this last couple weeks. And it's just fun to learn all these stitches. Like she was talking about her wagon wheel stitch. There it is. Yeah. And you have yours there.
And there's mine.
So they're the same colors because they send out the same
I did mine.
Threads.
I did mine opposite.
Oh, you did? I think I got confused over here.
Well, you know what? It's because her tutorial started with a different one.
Oh, it did, and I had my needle threaded already, so I just went with the thread that was in my needle. That's what happened.
But this one, it's called, what's it called? The knotted buttonhole stitch.
Oh.
That was hard.
That was a pain. Yeah. That was really pain. It had colonial knots on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, knotted buttonhole. That one was hard to do. I don't think I'll be using that for anything.
No, either.
But the others have come in handy with the wool applique.
Yep.
So you never know. And then the other thing I made this week, it's from this pattern, Heart to Hand. Her name is Cathy Campbell. And I wanted to make this crow. When I pulled the pattern out, the crow was huge, like probably this long and, you know, a foot high or something. So I just, back here, I just reduced the pattern by half, 50%. And I made this little guy. I have this little wreath that he can sit in, which makes him, he actually has a rock. You put a rock in the bottom for ballast. But I just did the embroidery first on his wings and his tail feathers, and then put him together. He does have button eyes, but they're black and they don't show very well. There you can see it. And you make a little necklace with just buttons and little wool circles, and then made this little pumpkin and set on front. It's really an interesting pattern. Her patterns, I wouldn't say are beginner friendly. If you make a lot of little critters, you probably wouldn't have any trouble with them. But she is such a creative person that she kind of does her own thing and expects you to do your own thing. So yeah, there are pipe cleaners. You sew over pipe cleaners to make the tail. You can bend them, and then these are just sewn in when you put the tail on. And she uses a really interesting concept. She has you sew, you can't see it because it's black. It's black rickrack. You sew to the wing and then sew the rickrack to the bird. And then you put the button on later. And she did the same thing with the tail. You can't really see it, but there's a row of black rickrack that you sew everything to the rickrack and then sew the rickrack to the body. So that's interesting. It kind of gives it more body and stability, and I've just never seen that done before. So that's a good idea. Yeah, you can see the rickrack right here. But that was fun to make. It took me a full day to make that. It was kind of fiddly, but it was fun, and I love the way it looks.
That's cute.
For fall, I think it'll be really cute. So that's what I did this week. Putting back over there.
Right.
Okay, do you want to show, do you have finished that aren't fully finished?
I have one. Do you have any?
I don't have any finished that aren't fully finished.
So this pattern, this is my FO. Again, I just used all my own colors. I think they were Victorian motto threads. And I want I would have had this one finished, except for I want to make it like this and then put a wire so I can just hang it on a doorknob. And so I need to get me some wool felt.
Hmm.
So,
Oh, is that wool felt? I thought it was wood for some reason.
it's wool.
Oh, okay,
It's
it
wool
is.
felt.
It's just wool felt.
Yeah. So, and we don't have a lot of stores in our area, so I have to
No.
go to Hobby Lobby, which is halfway between our houses,
Yeah.
actually.
Actually, probably the Gathering Place in Rupert has it.
Yeah.
If they've got the right colors.
Yeah. And they had their anniversary
Big
sale
sale.
last week, but I didn't get over there.
I didn't
so
either.
I need to go over there. But anyway,
That is really cute.
that's the only thing I've worked on that I have not finished. I have one whip. I have a couple of whips,
Do you want to do whips?
but I've just been finishing everything.
You have.
So,
She has finished, and she's finished a bunch of whips.
And I counted. So after I get 10 things finished, I get a new start. And so my goal is my birthday in December. So I counted, I think I have 5 things finished.
Done, yeah.
So,
woohoo! She's halfway there.
5 whips down.
So, do you want to show whips?
Yeah. Do you want to go ahead first?
Okay, I'm still working on the hippie lady. Needle and thread. It's like the one she has done up here in behind, by Brenda Gervais. And I got her humongous dress done. I'm doing the dress in blue. I have this thread in the way. I should have ironed these. But I got her dress finished, and
I do have 2 more finishes.
Well, I thought you did.
Go ahead.
I need to put her feet on and then do the trees and stuff and grass. And so there's just all these other little doodlies around
when I
her.
did my grass,
Mm-hmm.
I did a little bit.
As you went?
And I did a little bit to get so I could fill in my letters. And I did my letters first, and then I went and outlined, and then I just
filled in the whole grass. That's how I did her dress. I outlined it and then filled it in. It's a lot of stitching.
What are you stitching it on?
This is on, oh, you would have to ask because I have it right here in my book. I think it's just cream, 36 count cream Zweigart is what I believe it is. 36 count Zweigart cream, yes. That's what it is. And I think when I'm done, I'm going to tea dye it just to see what happens. And I think in here on this basket, I'm going to outline it because it just disappears in that blue dress.
Yeah, I think I stitched mine darker.
Well, and in the lighter dress, too, it would have showed better.
Even the called for
was caramel.
And it blended in with the dress. And so I went darker with the basket.
Yeah, I'm going to have to outline because there's a handle and everything, and you can hardly even see that. But I'll outline it, and it'll stand out better. We'll show your finishes.
I do have 2 more finishes.
I thought you did because you've been finishing so many things.
I don't have the charts, but I do know who they are by. So the first one I finished was Miss Baxter's House. This is by Stacy Nash.
That is so cute.
And it's stitched
I love the chickens.
on, I think it says Tobias, 18 count Tobias by Seraphim Fabrics.
I like that a lot.
It's so pretty.
It is so pretty.
Love it. And she had a bee here, and I didn't like the bee. Mm-hmm. It was like a bumblebee or whatever.
Oh, and you put your initial.
To me, it looked cartoonish.
Oh.
So what I did, and the star was here, so I moved the star up, and then I just put some chickens right there. So.
That is very cute. And that's Miss Baxter's House.
Miss Baxter's House.
By Stacy Nash.
Mm-hmm. And I used DMC except for I used cranberry on the outlines of the flowers, in the border. And I started using cranberry on her dress, but I didn't like the stripiness of it.
Oh, the variegated. Mm-hmm. Is that color, Classic Colorworks? Cranberry? Or Weeks? Oh, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
I think it's Gentle Arts.
Oh, okay. That's the only one I didn't
But I don't know. Because I very rarely use overdyed floss.
She doesn't.
Okay, and then the next one is
It's a
Heartland
big one.
Sampler. Whoops.
It's so cute.
This is by the Scarlet House. And the whole time I was stitching this, I'm going to tell a story.
Okay.
The whole time I was stitching this, I kept thinking of my aunt and uncle, my uncle Bill and Annie, and they were actually my dad's aunt and uncle, and they raised him from the time he was 8 years old. And he, they lived in, so they were like grandparents to me because they only lived like a half a mile down the canal bank from me. Anyway, everything about this reminded me of them because
farm.
they had a huge willow tree in their yard.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, we went out to the cemetery, I think for Memorial Day or something. We went out and I told my husband, I says, let's go by where I was raised.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had him go over by my Uncle Bill and Annie's house, and they've tore out that willow tree.
Oh, bummer.
They've tore out the house.
Oh.
All that's left was the milking barn.
Oh.
But their house was white. It was only one story. It did not have several stories. But she was a gardener. She always had a huge, huge garden and canned everything. and my uncle milked cows. Only he milked Holsteins,
black and whites.
Black and whites. Um, and you'd go over to their house, and it didn't matter what time of the day you went to their house, unless it was after 8 o'clock, because they went to bed at 8 o'clock in the morning because they were farmers and they were up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
So at 8 o'clock at night.
Anyway, but you'd go over there any time of the day, and she would fix you a full-blown meal.
Oh my word!
You never left her house hungry.
Oh.
And his milking barn was not red; it was stone. It was a rock barn. But I remember going over there. It was a small dairy because this has been 40 years ago.
Yeah.
So it was a very small dairy, but it supported him and his family.
Mm-hmm.
And when they very rarely went on vacation anywhere, but on the rare occasions they did, my dad would go over and they would milk. And this didn't have milking machines. We had to milk by hand, and I would go with my dad and help him milk the cows. So everything about this reminded me of them. So I personalized it with their last name, which is Nichols.
Very cute.
And this is 1941 was the year they were married.
Perfect.
And then my Uncle Bill's name was actually William, but he was Uncle Bill. So I put B and then E for my Aunt Eva. So I personalized this one. So I'll put the story on the back in a library card.
Mm-hmm.
And I went through some pictures and I found a picture of them.
How cute.
So I'm going to include this on the back.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So
perfect.
Anyway,
that's great.
That was my other fully finished. So
you got a lot done.
I did.
She's been finishing whips like crazy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think
you had 5.
5 finishes in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So
not me. I've just been making new things or something.
But that's my goal is to get my whips down to 10 or less. So
yep.
Anyway,
you're about halfway there.
Yep. Yay. So you showed all your whips?
No, I haven't showed all my whips.
Go ahead, finish showing your whips, and then I will.
Okay, what do I have here? Oh, that one I haven't started yet. Never mind. Okay, this bag is since I finished that tomato, I'm doing stitchy things all the time, and I pulled out these festive little fobs from Heartstring Samplery. They're just tiny, and these all have something to do with stitching, and I love little tiny things. So I thought I'll just work on these because I had all of these little scraps of fabric and that they will fit on. And I have them all labeled here, what they are. And so I started on the first one, and here it is. And I finished it because they're, like I say, tiny. This is one of the bigger ones. And this is on 36 count flax. And it's going to be a little strawberry.
Up a little bit higher. There you go.
It's going to be, whoops, a little strawberry. And it'll be so cute as a little strawberry. But it is just tiny. So, and that's one of the bigger things.
Those
So
are cute in a bowl.
yeah, they'll be really cute in a little bowl. So I've got those going.
Show your bag.
Oh, my bag. This is a bag I made for going to retreat. I just love this gal's fabric. It's Riley Blake, and it's J. Wecker. What's her name?
I don't know.
J. Wecker Felch or J. Felch Wecker. It's a gal,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's her fabric line. Anyway, it is just so
She just
cute.
come out with a new fabric line.
Yes.
It's called
for fall.
S for sewing or something.
Oh, S for sew. Yeah,
S
I
for
have all
sew.
that too. S for sew. And she has a Christmas one, and she has a new Halloween one out because she does really great Halloweens.
I think I have her Christmas
J.
line from
Fetcher Welk. I think
last year.
I have something like that.
I think I have it right over here.
Do you have more?
I have her Christmas fabric from last year. I have.
I love that. This is a bag I made. It's Cathy Schmidt's fabric, and it's little squirrels, and they're so cute. And inside here, I have. Oh, this is one this isn't a whip yet. I haven't even started it. This is one I kitted up. Sorry.
So is that
It's not really a whip. Yeah,
Oh.
Except for the model I'm stitching. And I finished 2 other things for exchanges that I can't show. And then I'm still stitching the model for Teresa Kogut. And it's huge, and I can't show that either. So I really have been stitching. I finished 2 more things, but I can't show them. Okay. You have whips?
I do have whips. So I have this one. This is Thomas by Not Forgotten Farms.
Cute.
I love this one. I'm going to have this one done this week.
Yes, you are.
And I'm using all of, she uses DMC, so I'm using all the calls for DMC with the exception of there is a blue in his wing.
Kind of a turquoise, isn't it?
In his tail, and it's really super bright. I don't know if you can tell. Oh, you can't tell in that
Can't
picture.
really see it.
Anyway, it's like a really bright turquoise. So I changed it to just more of a subtle brown or blue.
That's really cute.
That's cute.
He needs some tail feathers.
Yeah, he needs some tail. Well, at least he has a head now, because he didn't have a head for a long time.
He looked like he was plucked.
So I'll get this one finished this week. And then I haven't worked on this, and I'm trying to decide. Gobble Gob from Plum Street.
Very cute.
And I started this last year, but I don't know if I like this one.
I don't know why. I think it's adorable.
I think it's the fabric.
What is it? We used to call it
oatmeal.
Fiddler's cloth.
Oh yeah, fiddler's cloth.
Fiddler's cloth.
Yes, that's what it's called.
Because it's kind of got a yellow tinge to it. That was fiddler's cloth.
It's on 14 count. It's really stiff. Usually,
yeah, it is
as you sew,
that's really stiff.
It softens up. This one is not.
It's cute,
so
though.
I can't decide if this is gonna be if I'm gonna continue to work on this or if I'm gonna give it up.
Pitch it.
Pitch it. This is my bag. I keep some of my fall stitching in. It's a Vonna Pfeiffer bag. I love it. It's nice and big.
An envelope bag. Yeah, those are fun.
Nice and big to keep a lot of things in because I keep several projects in it. All right. Then I guess I do have a couple more. So I said I wasn't going to start anything, but this is for a gift. So gifts don't count. Because I really want to get this done for Christmas. And this is called Wonderful Life. And it's by Heart and Hand.
That is so cute. Look at all the animals.
So
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
I'm doing this as a birth sampler.
Oh, that's right. For 2 babies.
For 2 babies. So
2 babies. Oh, this is cute.
I had so I've done birth samplers for all my grandkids. And I've actually used a different pattern. I've used the Bent Creek, I think it's called Baby Row. Anyway, for all the 8 other grandkids, and I really just didn't want to do it twice again. Because I actually have another set of twins that are 9 years old, and I did that one. I did it twice
for them.
For them, anyway. So I decided to do this one, and that's how far I am.
It's how wonderful life is now that you are in the world. So that is a good baby sample one.
So, and what I'm doing is I'm doing them both at the same time. So
I'm not sure how you do that, but
so there.
So you like you pull out your blue and do all the blue on both of them, and then pull out the red and do both the red.
And I actually have them in the project bag in 2 different hoops.
Oh, so you just grab it and.
Yep.
That's a good idea.
But I really want to get these done. They'll only be 6 months at Christmas time, so they're not going to know Christmas. So I really want to get them done for Christmas. But usually I have them done before they're born, and then I just have to add their birth date on there. But I slacked this year.
Slacker.
And then they were born, well, they were born a little bit
premature.
Earlier. So anyway.
Now they're big, and
now they are 9 pounds.
How much did they weigh at birth? 3?
They were 4. One was 412. And one was they were under 4 pounds. They were both 4 pounds.
Tiny.
And now they are both 9 pounds.
Wow.
And they are 2 months. They were 2 months on the first.
Yeah, they have done so well.
And then
since they got home.
This is the project bag I have them in.
Cute.
That I made. So, and then I have one other whip. And I didn't even pull out the pattern for this because everybody knows what it is. This is Liberty's Welcome by Plum Street. And I think I can get this done.
Oh, yeah. All you have left is this.
Yeah, this is my Sunday stitch. So I only work on it on Sundays. And I gave myself till the end of the year to get this finished. But once I got all this grass done, everything else has gone fast. In fact, the 3 weeks since we've seen you, I think I've done everything above from this star clear over. And let's see, I done the top border clear over and everything above the house to the flag. And then I've done this and the sheep.
Yeah, that's not going to be hard
to finish. And so I just have the border here, and then there's a flag. That's it.
Yeah,
just the border here and the flag that goes here. And then right here she had put Rot by Paulette Stewart or P. Stewart. And it was over 1. And since I'm doing this on 18 count, I just took this motif and reversed it.
And put it over there.
Put it right there. It looks bigger. How come?
I don't know.
So, anyway, and I think I might put my initials right there.
So pretty. Wow, that's a lot of stitching.
It is. So I will have this one, I think, done probably, if I work on it Sunday.
You'll have it done.
I think I'll get it done.
Woohoo! Another finish.
So now I have a question for everybody.
What?
Because now I need a new Sunday stitch. Because after I get this one done, I'll have to have something else to stitch on Sundays. So I went through my whips. And I've picked 3 things, and I want you guys to tell me what to start.
I don't know what they are.
And Cathy doesn't know what they are.
Nope.
So, the 3 things are, whichever one gets the most votes by the time I'm done with Liberty's Welcome is the one I will put as my Sunday stitch. So the first one is, it's called Orchard Valley Quilting Bee by Little House Needleworks.
Oh, that's cute.
I started this last September. In 2020, I bought everything. In 2021, I started everything.
And now in 2022, she's trying to finish everything.
Right. So there's this one, and this is where I'm at, and I'm not even sure which way this goes. I think it goes this way.
It's on point.
So that's what I have finished.
The very middle.
Yep, just the very middle. Right here.
Yep. Well, that is very cute.
So, the Quilting Bee is one choice. Next choice is...
Let me put that away.
Sure, thank you.
Mhm.
The next one is, this is by Madame LaFay. This was my New Year's start.
Aha. Well, that's cute too.
Isn't that cute?
Yes.
I love the chickens. I love the towel. What do
Yeah,
they call
toweling.
it? The toweling
That you stitch.
look on it.
That's really cute.
And this is where I'm at on it.
You have the jam jar.
Yep.
That's fairly large, isn't it?
It is. It's 200 by 188.
So where are you?
Right here.
Oh, right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
This jam jar right here. So yeah, you have a long way to go. That is cute though.
So
very cute.
There's that one. So if you want me to put that one is my Sunday stitch.
That is
say kitchen.
Kitchen, yeah. I don't know. I can't read French, so.
And then my
La vie à la campagne.
And then my third choice is As Told in the Garden. And this is Grandmother's House.
Oh, cute.
And I don't think I'm going to stitch Grandmother's House on it. And I haven't decided if I'm going to put the top up there. But I kind of think if I don't put the top up there, it's going to look like the roof needs to be finished. So, and this is where I am on this one.
Right in the middle with Grandma.
Right in the middle. Yeah, I'm usually a middle starter.
I usually start in the middle too, just because I have this weird thing about how I have to be centered, excuse me, on the fabric. So I always start in the middle, then I never run out of room.
Yeah, well,
or if I do, I'm way off.
That's how I was on my Hawk Run Hollow. I finished it and on the one side, because I finished it in the top left corner.
You started in the top left?
And I left 2-inch margins, but then I got to the very
other
end,
side.
And I had I could only do 6 more stitches. I'm glad it ended.
Ooh. That I always start in the middle.
So anyway, so if you think this one should be my Sunday stitch.
Grandma's House.
Grandma's House.
That's a cute one too.
So, and I dyed this fabric. It's soft.
Oh, it is really soft. So that's a 14 count?
14 count. So the kitchen one is on 14 count. This one's on 14 count. And the quilting one is on 18.
18 count.
Yep. So.
And you're talking about from now on stitching on 18 and 20?
But, yeah, I think for the most part.
Instead.
There'll still be things I'll stitch on 14 count. And this is my bag.
I'm trying to put your thing in it here. Okay.
My Lori Holt bag.
This is my Lori Holt bag. I didn't show it.
This one's from the panels.
Oh, that's the panel one? Yeah, this one's I made up out of her mini charm pack.
So anyway, so let me know, because when I'm done with Liberty's Welcome, I want to put another big project into for my Sunday stitch, because I'm just...
She needs another one.
Yep. So.
What's this?
Oh.
It looks like a finish.
Well, it was on something. It's been so hot here, so I have not decorated a whole lot for fall.
I haven't done anything
I pulled
yet.
a few things out and just... They're not even really in place. They're just sitting out. And this had a quilt roll on it, but I didn't like it.
Oh.
So I just pulled it off. I don't know what to do with it.
You could make it a flat fold or a...
Yeah, this was
It's very cute. It's very cute.
It is. So it's just sitting here waiting.
Waiting to be a thing.
Yeah, waiting to be a thing.
Okay, now what?
Do you want to show Halloween stuff?
Halloween stuff? Okay. Why don't I start with this pile? And it is a pile. The first thing...
Oh, we have one more whip.
We do?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we do have a whip.
We have one more whip.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. We do
So,
have a whip. I
started the swoon block.
Me too.
I only got one done because my plan was yesterday was going to do 2. And
mine's giant.
Yeah.
Mine's bigger than yours is.
She's doing the original spoon pattern in
24-inch
24
blocks.
inches. I'm doing the spoon 16, and I think mine are 16-inch blocks. I don't know.
And you're using 4 colors, well, a background and
Yeah, so
3
mine
in
calls
each.
for 3 prints in each.
Mine just calls for 2, so they're just different shades of, like, this one's the red and this is the blue, and then I've got 2 reds, 2 different blues, a yellow, a green, an aqua. They're all Lori Holt fabrics. It's an old line country calico days. And so.
And she has a new calico coming out in December.
Oh, she does? Mm-hmm. Oh, I like this.
It's kind of she's just I think a lot of the same prints, but it's recolored.
Oh, okay. This one has little tiny chicks on it, which is really cute. And then these are just little flowers. And then my background for everything is just, it's green and it's teeny tiny little polka dots and teeny tiny little flowers. So you don't really see it.
I love that. This is before I started collecting Lori Holt fabric, and so I only have a few pieces of it.
I was really lucky to get this. It was 24 fat quarters in a box on sale for half price.
Oh, wow.
That's why I bought it, because I thought, well, I could make a quilt out of that someday. And here I am. I'm making a quilt.
And I'm using Lori Holt fabric too, but mine's Granny Chic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of my favorite fabric lines.
It's really pretty.
And then my background, you're not going to be able to see it, but my background is white on white, but it's these flowers.
Yeah, it's the same flowers.
But it's not a Lori Holt fabric.
Mm-hmm. It's really pretty, though.
And I was going to get 2 done yesterday, and my husband come home from work early.
And she ended up rearranging the garage.
Because he was in here every 5 minutes. What do you want me to do with this? What do you? And I'm like, just let me finish this block, and I will put it up and come help. Anyway,
she sent me a text and said, my husband just came home from work, and I think I'm ready to send him back. I better go back to work before I kill him. I was something on my shirt.
Trying to get things done. Goodness. And then I have one more whip.
Oh. Oh, yeah, you do.
Oh, and I have no place to put anything. Let's put this right there.
Okay.
So my other whip is also a Lori Holt quilt. And
this is so cute.
I haven't done any blocks for a couple of weeks, and this will be trimmed down. This is not how it goes, but when I go to put it in the quilt, I'll trim it down. But this is the ironing block.
Can't see what we're showing you. Isn't that cute?
Fun. Yeah, and she has you make your blocks bigger and then you trim them down.
Trim them down to match.
Yeah. So it's that block. And then this is the fat quarter block.
Oh, like a pile of fat quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's cute. Do I have it upside down? Your ladies are upside down.
Yeah. Actually, it goes in the quilt like this.
Oh, it goes that way. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's cute.
But yeah. So.
I like that fabric.
When I get this quilt done, it's going to go right here. That's where it's going to hang. And then the quilt blocks. There's 2 quilt blocks.
Those are cute.
And the embroidery scissors.
Those are really cute.
So I need to get back to that.
Is that a block of the week?
It was a sew-along. It started last August.
Oh, okay.
And I think it went through November. And so I'm following the sew-along, only I'm a year late.
Yeah, that's okay.
So.
Okay, so now fall things.
Now fall things.
These are past finishes. This is a crabapple hill that I did, and it's her fancy pumpkin. It's a lot of fun stitches, and I just made it into a little wall hanging with some acorn fabric, and I put a little, this is actually a little pouch. I can put a dowel in it, and that kind of straightens it out so it'll hang. Otherwise, it's kind of floppy. I should have put probably some stiff interfacing in it. But it's it was fun to do. It's a pattern you can get at Crabapple Hill. It's still available. And just
That's really
she
cute.
has really good instructions, and it's just simple embroidery. So I have that. And then this one's kind of funny, and I think this is a threads that bind. I have a fuzz on it, and their whiskers are going all crazy. But there were just these little cats and pumpkins that I thought were cute. I just made them into this little quilt. I just lay it on a table or something and put a bowl in the middle with candy corn or something in it when I put it out. So that was
That's so
kind of fun.
cute. Oh
I
my
like their
goodness.
teeth.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Oh, show this one with the.
that was with the bees. So this one is one, I had to write these down. It's called Halloween Jacks by Melanie Penny. And this pattern is still available.
That's cute.
It's a cute one too.
Do these come in kits?
I think you can get the kit. I just used my own. This is wool felt rather than felted wool. This is wool felt. And felted wool is harder for me to work with than wool felt is, because wool felt will never fray. And I just love to work with wool felt. And I'm not talking about craft felt. This is it's over 50% wool, and it just has really good body to it, and it stitches up really nice, and it's just plain. I just stitched the two together around the edge and pinked the edges with pinking shears, and see, that'll never fray. It'll be like that forever. Where wool, these little things would probably pull out. Well, fuzz pulls out, but then this is an old Country Stitches, who is Brenda Gervais, back in the early days when she was doing um, her wool applique, and this one is called Toothy Grin Jack. So there's a pumpkin on each end. This is also felted, or I mean wool felt, not
I've
felted
had to
wool.
learn. So
So
how I remember is wool felt is not 100% wool.
right, right, yeah. So that's my wool things for fall. What do you have?
I have a excuse me. I have a few things. Oh, I'm all tangled up here.
I'll grab
Okay.
these other things here.
This is called Brouhaha. It is a free.
That is so cute.
It's a free pattern by Plum Street Samplers. If you type in Brouhaha Plum Street Samplers into Google, it will come up. And I made this a long time ago.
Get all this stuff.
Well, I guess 2019.
That is so
and
cute.
I just sewed this bow on, and I just glued a pumpkin on the top. And I have not covered that.
I know I didn't do mine either last time.
And it's just stuffed with polyfill. And then this is called Autumn Rules, or sorry, Halloween Rules.
Oh, how fun.
By Lizzie Kate.
That's really pretty fabric. Did you dye it?
Yep. I dyed the fabric. It is kind of an orange.
Yeah, mottled orange. It's very pretty. It's not really showing up.
And
so
I stitched
cute.
this in 2018 using all of the Culford DMC.
It is very
I just
cute.
made it into a wall hanging. Went out and got a branch off of our tree that we don't have anymore. The trees were torn down.
That is really cute.
It is.
That is
and
so
I did
cute.
Christmas rules too.
Did ya? The same finish, kind of?
Yep. So I hang them in the same spot.
That is really cute.
And all I have is some patterns to show.
Oh, okay. Well, this was a little critter I made. This was my own pattern. I have this little needle with a little squirrel charm here.
Oh, I thought it was a fishing pole.
A fishing pole. It's a cushion, and that's a needle, okay? And this is a squirrel.
That's cute.
And I had this fake fur, and I thought that would make such a cute squirrel tail. So I had to make a squirrel. And then it's that same acorn pad fabric that I have on something else, but just made a little pin cushion for it. So that's my little squirrely squirrel. He is pretty squirrely.
And did you say the pattern?
It's mine.
Oh, it's your
I
own
made it
pattern.
up. I just made it up.
So if you want the pattern,
It's in my brain. It'll be hard to get out of there. Since I'm showing critters, I'll show this one. This is an old Brenda Gervais pattern, Country Stitches, and it's a mouse on top of a pumpkin. Last year at the October Farm Girl Dry Goods gathering, Farm Girl gathering in Amana, I made this for the Smalls Exchange, and I also stitched one of her little mice into a needlebook to go with it. And everybody saw the pumpkin and the mouse, and I ended up making 12 of them for people. And no, I don't want to make any more. I'm done making these. Thank you very much. So that's the critters. Then this is a Brenda Gervais, and this one, I have it written down here, is, where is it?
isn't it Autumn Gathering?
Autumn, where is it? I wrote it down. Time for Halloween? No, that's that one. Well, I don't know where I wrote it down. Anyway,
I thought it was, I don't know.
it is With Thy Needle and Thread. And at the time I bought it, it's several years old now. You could get this little table or whatever you want to call it, and that was the finish for it. So it's just really cute. It just stands, but it's a really cute little fall pattern. I think it's Autumn Gathers or something like that. And then I have Plum Street Sampler, Olga's Tart. There's Olga's Stocking and Olga's Tart, and this is the tart. And I just finished it in a pie tin, or a tart tin, that's what they're called.
That one kitted out.
Yeah, this one goes fast. It is really super cute. And then this Ye Old Crow is Heart and Hand, and I just did it in onyx, and it's on 40 count natural, and there are some little tiny buttons right in here that came with it. And then I just put on some black pom-poms and a stripe on the back, and that's where I covered up my slit. Put some buttons on there. So that's Heart and Hand, and that's available, and it's called Ye Old Crow. This is kind of back to embroidery. This was a Brenda Gervais as well, Country Stitches, and it says Autumn, a Time of Harvest, and they're just fun to do. And it just has little pumpkin flannel on the back, just a plain little pillow you can just set out wherever. Then I have this little mouse that is just Nan, and his name is Oakley Owlet. And these are really fun to do. You do them flat and then sew them into the little owl, but see, it has an owl on the back and a moon and these little stitchy things around him, and then his little face, and this is supposed to stand up better, and this says Happy Fall. And you fold the front over to make his beak and put two little eyes. These are really fun to do. She has all kinds of little mice, little Halloween mice, and then I just put it in my little domey thing here to keep it from getting dirty and stuff. So that's that. And I think the last fall thing, oh no, I have one more. Over here, I'll grab it. Okay, last fall thing I have is this another little stitchery or embroidery. It has glass on it, it's kind of glary there. And it's just a little goofy one. And I got the pattern out of a magazine, and I cannot find the pattern to save my life. I don't know who did it. Don't know anything about it. I did it in 2008. So it's probably lost for eternity to me anyway. But it's a fun one to put out. And last thing is This is by Not Forgotten Farm, and it's Matilda Hornbuckle. And I just did it 1/1 on 40 count
That's cute. I have that one kitted up.
with her threads, and just did it 1/1 so it would fit on this little broom. I just kind of made a little apron and tied it on there, and then tied a little piece of the material on that. So that's a fun finish to do too, because you can hang it from the little doodly on top. Hang it on the wall. So that's my fall stuff. Do you have more fall stuff?
No,
Do you have Halloween?
I just have patterns.
You just have patterns. Do you have Halloween? Do you want to show fall
I showed
patterns?
my Halloween.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to show fall patterns?
You can.
Go ahead.
I just have a few. So these are things I have kitted up, and I'm not going to take them out of the plastic. Well, actually, this one I have there's a story. There is a story.
You have stories?
I do have.
Oh my gosh. That's like almost done.
It is actually.
That's a whip.
This is done.
Oh, it is done?
Yeah, it's completely finished.
Oh my goodness, I love the purple.
But I knew I had stitched this a couple of years ago, and I could not find it.
Oh, that's the story.
I could not find it. I looked and looked, everything, and I'm like, what did I do?
That is so cute. I love that purple color.
And so I was going through, a while back, last year, because I did this 2 years ago, and last year I was going through my whips, or my kitted up things, and I found, and this was kitted up.
And that was in it?
And I had fabric in it.
And you pulled it out, and it was all done?
And this one was done, but what I had is this fabric right here. I'm going to stitch this on.
Oh, I get it. That's Witch's Brew. It's a different pattern.
It's a different pattern.
Oh, okay.
So that's why it was in there kitted up, but I had it folded.
So you couldn't see it.
Like this, and you couldn't see it.
So you found a finish.
So I do have a finish.
What color is that? Is it DMC? Mm-hmm. What is that purple color?
Yeah, this is all DMC. This is 3834.
Oh, that is so pretty. I don't know if you can get a good color match on there, but it is really pretty. I love that color.
Sorry.
That is so cute.
It's a plum color.
Yeah, very, not real purple, but.
So I have this kitted up, and I'm going to stitch it on this.
On the bottom of it.
On this side.
That's
and I don't
funny.
know what fabric this is. I don't know.
Did you dye it, or it came that way, huh?
It came this way. But
it's a pretty purple.
It's a purple color.
Lavender color. Gray, kind of a real gray lavender. It's very pretty.
Yeah, it's not showing the true color.
It's really, really pretty.
And let's see. The other one I have kitted up is, this is by Lizzie Kate, and it was a mystery. Let's take this out. It was a mystery. You got it in 3 parts. It's not a mystery anymore because it came out several years ago.
The mystery is solved.
Yes. But this Spooked by Lizzie Kate. And I have it all kitted up. The DMC.
All the colors.
But
you don't have fabric in there?
I don't have fabric in there. Yeah, all the colors are in there. But no fabric. I haven't decided. I don't decide my fabric until
you're ready to do it?
Until I'm ready, because I don't want to cut fabric and then change my
mind. Yeah, I know. I'm that way too.
And then the other one I have kitted up, I have Matilda by Not Forgotten Farms.
Matilda Hornbuckle.
And then I have the Reverend Squash Bottom kitted up.
Not Forgotten Farm.
And I have his wife.
Oh, yeah.
Prunella.
What a name.
All kitted up. And then the other one I have kitted up is the Good Stitching Witch Pin Keep by Stacy Nash.
Very cute.
And it's
That's really cute.
I pulled some Victoria Mottos, threads. So,
very nice.
When I can have a start, who knows?
Well, I have a few that I want to do. I want to do Olga's stocking. And I have all the threads, and then I want to stitch it on this 36 count Legacy by Picture This Plus. And it's a really pretty piece of fabric. With those colors, I think it'll be really pretty. So I have that one that I want to do. These are ones that I want to do sometime. I have these. This is all kitted up. This is Erica Michaels Wicked Cute, it's called. And I want to do the strawberry. And it's a witch face kind of on there. It just says Wicked. And I want to do Gardener Good Witch by With Thy Needle and Thread. That's a cute one. And I do have the fabric for it. And it is 32 count. Linen is the color by Weeks Dye Works. It's just a linen. Cinnamon Stars by Plum Street. I have kitted up with 35 count chamomile tea. And that's Cinnamon Stars. Everybody's seen that, of course. Everybody wants to do that one. And there's the fabric. Oh, this is a fun one, I thought. Madame Chantilly. It's called Black Cat. And it's just got this great big black cat with a witch riding it and some haunted houses and little things strung around there. Her stuff is always a lot bigger than it looks like. When you go to do them, it's 167 by 138, but it's pretty big. And I have this little one kitted up that I got at Shepherd's Bush last year, and it goes on the little clipboard, and it's called Autumn Blessings. It's by Chessie and Me, and it's just got these really cute tiny little pictures, and you just stitch it to a piece of black wool and then clip it on a clipboard. I think that's really cute. What else do I have that looks fun? This one is, I don't know how you say it, Core Batacore, and it's called It's Not Halloween Without Pumpkins. And it's got the cutest little figures on it. That black cat and the little girls pulling their wagons with their pumpkins. I think that is so cute. But it's a big one too. I don't see the stitch count, but it is a big one. Oh, 275 by 157. So, and then the last one I have, I got out of a magazine. This is by the Primitive Needle, who doesn't make patterns anymore. And this was in September, October 2009 of Just Cross Stitch magazine. And it's a witch and a couple of cats, and Halloween, the night to, what? Oh, the night of revelry. I can't read backwards. So that's what I have to choose from. This one's not kitted up, but anyway, I want to work on some of these sometime soon. So, well, how are we doing here?
It's gonna be a longer video.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
want to quickly run through?
Should we quickly run through bees?
So I did have actually two more fully finishes.
She keeps coming up with these finishes.
So I fully finished this one. My husband cut the frame down. It is called Bird and Bees by Heart and Hand.
It is really cute.
And I used all of the called for DMC colors. It's stitched on 14 count mallow by Picture This Plus.
It is darling. You did a good job on the framing.
And my other fully finish for this week is this one, and it's called The Beekeeper.
Yes.
By Plum Street Samplers. I changed up all the colors on this one. I just love it.
It is
and
really
this is
cute.
another thrift store frame that my husband cut down for me. And I just painted it.
You've done a really good job on the framing.
Gray to match that. It's a little bit darker. But... And then...
Go ahead and show your bees.
Okay.
These are bees.
This
Since it's the end of summer, we thought we'd show bees.
this is Honeybee Sampling
Mhm.
by Little House Needleworks.
That's really cute.
And I changed my yellows on this one. Actually, I changed all the colors on this one.
That's
And it's stitched on 14 count fabric that I dyed.
It's kind of a grayish blue.
Mm-hmm.
It's really cute.
It's probably evening blue and taupe.
Mm.
Those two colors mixed together. And then
That is so cute.
you can't get this pattern anymore. I'm sorry.
It's
This is called No Bees, No
Birds
Honey
of a Feather.
by Birds of a Feather. I stitched this in 2018. I don't even have the chart anymore. I passed it on.
So pretty.
Stitched on 14 count coffee tea dyed fabric using the call for DMC.
Very cute.
This is one of my absolute favorite finishes that I've done, or stitches that I've done.
That's a really pretty frame.
So,
Fun, fun. Well, I had a bee display up all summer. I have a tiered tray that I put things in, and the first thing I have to show is this little wool mat that I made, and this is from the Little Red Hen, and it's in their book called Quilting in the Coop, and you can get it as a kit from the Little Red Hen online. I didn't. I used my own wool. I had all this wool, so I just pulled it all out. But it's little hexagon shapes, and then the little pictures around the edges, and you just use different little straight stitches or zigzags or feather stitches or whatever and go around them, and then attach it to the black wool on the back. This is all wool. This is not felt. It's not wool felt, it's felted wool. But I love it. It turned out so cute. And it did take a while to make. It's amazing just doing the little stitches around each thing. I didn't think I'd ever get done, but I eventually did.
that's really cute.
Thanks. That's a fun one. And then I have, oh, this one. This is called Queen Bee from Shepherd's Bush, and I finished it on a box. Shepherd's Bush I just love because, and especially Tina Richards. There's two sisters, Terry and Tina is my favorite designer. And she does these whimsical things, and I don't know if you can see them, but they're band samplers, and every single line, every little border, everything is a different stitch. So your directions go a little band at a time, and that she has excellent instructions for all the stitches. These are like windmills that are satin stitched, and then there's a little bee button here, and she has a bee charm around her neck, and there's beads in her wings, and flowers have little charm beads or buttons on them. But this is one of my favorite things I've ever stitched. It's fun, and it just fit perfectly on this box. I don't have anything inside, but I just stained the box and put the bee on it. So that's a fun one. And then I did Prairie Schooler, Where There Are Bees, There Is Honey. And I found this board at Hobby Lobby. It stands up, and it just fit on there perfect. I painted it black. I think it was unfinished. I painted it black on the front and just put some rickrack under it. But this is fun to do. It's all DMC. It's just fun. Every little motif is kind of a finish, and they're so cute. So that was a good one. That's Where There Are Bees by Prairie Schooler, and you can get that. And let's see, another one that was out of that same pattern. I stitched it over one on 28 count, and it was a separate little pattern on the back, and so it just has some little motifs. So I just stretched it around some cardboard and put it on the top of this little box, and it's just a little box I painted, so there's nothing more to it, but it's in that same pattern. And let's see, I have a couple more. This was a hands-on design that was a little club she did, and it was called Harvest Helpers or something. It was a monthly club. So I don't know if she will, I'm sure she'll put the pattern out eventually, but it was just a little luggage tag, and it came as a kit with all the fabric and everything in it. So it was kind of fun. And then this one was out of a little, it was a freebie, and it was just a flyer I got when I bought a pattern, and I just had some yellow or gold pin dot, and I just put some pink rickrack to match the pink around the little bee, and then I found this polka dotted thing. It's kind of a lot of polka dots, but it's tiny and it's kind of cute, and it's crooked. So there's that. And then one of my most favorite things in the world, my husband asked me what I wanted for my birthday, and I told him I wanted to order a bee doll from Sally, the Humble Bumble Stitcher in England. And so he said, fine, you go ahead and order whatever you want. Well, she sent me this amazing, amazing bee doll. And I know she made the sweater. She made the bee itself. And it has little wood bee legs that stick out and a little fat body. Oh, his antenna is crooked here. Little antenna, and it has a little nose. It is just adorable. Well, that's what I thought I was getting when I ordered the bee doll, which I got. But she also sent this whole set of cross-stitched little things that went with it. They're all little garden tools, and they all have stitching on the front of them, teeny tiny little stitching, and the finishing is absolutely fabulous. She is amazing. This is a gardener's ruler, and it's got that sweet little bee scap and the stitching on there, and it says thread. Then there is this little bag for bits and bobs, obviously, and it is, I mean, it is so well made. It's lined, it has a drawstring with buttons on the end. I mean, it is absolutely adorable.
Does she still do these?
She still does them. And then she made this little scissor holder, and it had these scissors in it, and a little bird on a stand, and the cutest stitching down the sides. Her finishing is amazing. And here's like a little orc container, just this tiny little pocket with little birds and needles and little flowers, and it's all lined. Cutest little thing. And then this little deal, and I put some little buttons, or yeah, buttons on pins. And see, it's got thread and flowers, and it's all finished on here. This is another gardening tool. So cute. So that's what I got for my birthday. So that really added to my bee collection, and I love it. So that's Sally, the Humble Bumble Stitcher. She's on Instagram, and she's in England, and you can talk to her about dolls and stitching accessories. She makes wonderful, wonderful things. So the only thing I have left is some Halloween.
Do you? We're at
a lot. We should stop. We can do Halloween next time because we're closer to Halloween. Why don't we do that?
Okay. I just want to show a couple of bee patterns.
Oh, good.
This is by White House Stitchery, and she is part of Crafty Cottage Stitches. She's Heather. She designs, so you can get this chart on her Etsy shop.
That is so cute. I need to order that one.
So busy. And it's, you could do each of these individual, or you could do it together.
Those are darling.
And then these are two that you don't see very often. They're by Pineberry Lane.
Oh, that's cute.
Mrs. McGuire's Bee Charmer.
That's a good one.
And
I need to do
then
more bees.
this one's in Full Bloom by Embroidery Lane.
How cute. Lots of bee stuff.
That, and then
Oh, what a cute bag. Wild honey.
this was just a panel from a quilt, or from a quilt line that I didn't use.
That is so cute.
And this kind of holds my bee stuff. The only other one, I have this one kitted up. It's by
Artful Offerings.
Yeah, Artful Offerings, Honey
Honey Hill Hamlet. That's cute.
So
Wow.
that's my bee stuff.
Lots of bee stuff. Okay.
But we thought we'd show bee stuff just because she's getting ready to put her bee stuff away.
And it's into summer, so.
And I had those 2 finishes, and so.
Yeah, fun. Well, I think that's it.
I think so. If you watch us, subscribe.
Yeah,
please hit the subscribe button.
Yeah. We'll be back in about 3 weeks.
Yep.
That's what we're planning on.
And yeah, that's.
She's not going to her quilt retreat like she thought she was.
No, I was going to be this week, and the friend I was going with, she has some family things come up, and so I decided I didn't really want to go either. Whatever, it doesn't matter. And then, so 3 weeks, and then you have a retreat, but we'll film
It's
before.
not, yeah, we'll film before that. It's
Okay.
not clear till the end of October.
So.
I'm going back to Amana, which is always fun. So, I think I'm wiggling the camera.
So
sorry.
make sure that you subscribe and hit the like button, because that helps boost us.
It does.
And
we love reading all the comments. Those
yes.
were fun.
Oh, and the comments. So when we film at her house, at Cathy's house, she's going to answer the comments. Yeah. When we film at my house, I will answer the comments. Unless it's a specific comment to either one of us.
Mm-hmm.
I know that there was a few I went in and answered, but I put my name after it, so you know that it was from you.
Otherwise, it was me.
So, anyway, I think that's it.
All right.
So everybody have a good 3 weeks, and
we'll see you soon.
We'll have a lot to show you when we come back.
Yeah, we still have a ton we didn't show that we'll show next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.